Hey, this is 60 seconds, the chance where us youth get to ask our leaders any questions we want to in 60 seconds while juggling. I'm Naima and this is Caroline. How are you feeling?
I'm so good. How are you, Naima?
I'm good, excited, chilling. I've got a 60-second timer ready. Are you ready?
So ready.
Let me start it. What's the most important thing to you about a sandwich?
The filling.
What is your game face?
Oh.
What's your favourite subject in school?
My favourite subject in school was business studies.
Do you prefer Nando's or KFC?
Nando's, but KFC I get more often.
Why did you become a leader?
Why did I become a leader? I was raised in church and I just love youth and just seeing them step into all that God has called for them.
Do I annoy you?
Absolutely not, no.
What's the best thing about your area?
Probably I have a forest park that's near me, so probably being able to go there. I'm dropping all the balls.
And what have you been watching in lockdown?
I've been catching up on Friends. I've watched it so many times.
Okay, and that is 60 seconds. Our time is up.
Hey, we did it. So thank you, Naima. This has been 60 seconds. We hope you enjoyed.
Hi Fuel, welcome back, and today we're going to do a quick game. I know we're in lockdown, it's a long day, we've got school online, but you can play this game with your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister. And today is girls versus boys. I'm with Jed today. What's the game we're playing?
Okay, so pretty simple. Balance the pen on the back of your hand, then you've got to catch it. When you do one, you put on two, and so on. Yeah? You think you got this?
I think I've got this.
I don't think you got this.
I got this.
Right.
Okay, one, yeah?
3, oh, she can't even balance it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Listen, I'm keeping a close eye on you.
It's okay. I'm playing it right, guys.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so if he's clearly lost, if she dropped both, she didn't even catch one, she dropped both, guys. But just to show my level of invincibility, this has to be a dominating win. You ready? I'm gonna go for 4. Oh, you're still trying 2? Are you sure?
I need to get 2. Just for my own brain, I need to get 2.
Do you know what? I'm gonna throw the Sharpie in because we challenge ourselves. Alright, 4 with a Sharpie. Oh, I use that. Alright guys, that's it, that's the game. You know, I win, boys win. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy cruise.
Bye!
Welcome, this is Are You Listening for Fuel Cruise, and I've got my friends again. Week 2, you made it. Tommy and Jed, hello.
I feel like we're just like VIP now.
Yeah.
This is like home.
All the time as well.
This is where we've been doing lockdown.
Welcome home. Okay, so we're in lockdown again.
Yep.
I know it's not great doing school from home, all that. Maybe not so fun stuff.
Fun times.
But so just real quick before we get into the conversation, top tip on how to get through this lockdown.
Ooh, it's a tough one. But I think for me, I recently just invested in a new dressing gown, to be honest. So, I mean, that thing, don't underestimate it. That thing is a life changer.
Okay, well.
Let me put the context in though, because you think about it, it's getting cold. Heating might not work like my room, for example. Stay wrapped up, stay warm. You're gonna be at home the whole time, so you may as well be comfortable.
Passionate,
I'm
know?
very passionate.
It's like you're sponsored or something, right?
I wish.
Shut up. Okay, Jed. What is your top tip?
I'd just say maybe pick up a new skill or a new hobby, you know? Keep yourself occupied during the time.
Have you picked up a new hobby?
So I'm teaching myself to do graphic design right now, which is pretty mad.
Incredible.
Yeah, want to learn a few languages here and there. You know?
Different from my dressing gown, but
Hey, you're just
I'm not jealous,
is incredible.
I'm not jealous. So.
All right, so last week we talked all about, what did we talk about? Who is Jesus?
Yep.
There was amazing conversations in cruise, but this week we're going to continue on. I'm going to talk about the life that Jesus led. So living the Jesus way, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, question. We hear like living the Jesus way quite often, but what does living the Jesus way actually look like?
Oof.
I know,
I'd
again,
say-
straight in there, incredible.
I'd say it's others before yourself sort of thing. Like serving first, thinking of others first, not really, it's not about self-satisfaction, it's more about, I guess, not pleasing other people, but making others happy somewhat and making life easier for others, and you get the joy from that sort of thing.
100%. I think even just touching on what you just said there about not pleasing people. If we look at Jesus, he's someone that, you know, when you look at his life, that a lot of people expected him to treat a certain group of people one way, and they expected him to treat another group of people the other way. Like you look at, for example, tax collectors, for example, they expected him to be like really judgmental on them. But you look at some people like the Pharisees, who were like held in like really high regard. They expected him to they expected him to be like really like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. But he didn't feel that social pressure to say, like, to conform in one way. He didn't feel social pressure to criticize, but he also didn't feel social pressure to idolize people as well.
That's
So I think that's really living the Jesus way.
Yeah, I think that's so good. And you know, we're in a new year, 2020, 2021. It's not started off great, but anyways. But one of my like New Year's resolutions or whatever is actually like to try and not people please. And I feel like that's like,
It's not an easy thing.
It's
no.
not easy.
It's not
No,
easy.
it's really not. But I think, because I guess up until now I'm like, oh, how can I do that? And it's literally living the Jesus way. It is literally like taking Jesus as an example. And like he didn't people please. He was for people, but he didn't do things like for the satisfaction of people. Do you know what I mean? He did it because he knew what he was here to do.
100%.
Do you know? So I think if we know what we're here to do, and we're loving people, but we're not doing we're not doing things for the love of people. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Then
a
I
big
think,
statement.
you know, or for the likes or for the like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I think really that's living the Jesus way. This has been a good conversation for me personally. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. Incredible. Okay. So I guess, you know, moving on to that, how can we, and this is something that, you know, we can continue a conversation in our cruise after this, but how can we bring that into everyday life? So for a Fuel young person, they're in school right now, homeschooling, all that stuff. How do you live the Jesus way while being in school?
Wow.
Or while being locked down?
Whilst being locked down, I think, first of all, the first thing that really springs to mind is that, especially you being at home, chances are you're going to have a lot more access to social media. You're going to have a lot more engagement in terms of what's going on in the world, and social media is a place whereby everybody has a voice.
Yeah.
And just picking up on what I was talking about, not idolizing or criticizing people, I think the challenge for our young people is just being hesitant and being mindful of what you say, and realizing that, you know, you don't have to have a voice on everything. And that can even be that's a principle that you can take right back into your schools when you hear things that are going on. Or there might be a bit of gossip or a bit of slander about some people. You don't always have to, you know, be quick to criticize. Do you even know them as a person, you know? So,
Yeah, you got to be, I feel like in situations like that, you have to be quick to listen, like slow to speak, quick to listen, because it's so easy to, when you see something, even if it upsets you straight away, it's so easy to just like want to jump out at that person, like, oh, why have you done this? You don't know the whole story, you don't know the situation, like you don't know what's going on in someone else's life. It's something my parents always told me as well, like it's kind of helped me to stop being so judgmental, because you could see someone doing something or dressed a certain way and may think, oh, this person's like done this wrong, or they're this kind of person. But you don't know the circumstances that that person's gone through in their life that makes them appear the way they are. In the same way, some people may look at me and think, oh, like Jed's this or that, but they don't know what I've been through in life. You don't know someone else's story, so you have to be like quick to listen in those situations.
Yeah, it's really good. And even like kind of like going back to what you guys were saying in terms of you know, Jesus didn't care about what society said. He actually, like, he chose to hang out with the people that people didn't want to hang out with and stuff like that. And I think that's a practical thing that, you know, you could do in school, or you know what I mean? Like actually go, oh, like, hey, are you all right, to somebody that maybe nobody else would ask, oh, hey, are you all right? You know? But we're running out of time, but I think that is so much to kind of continue having the conversation in cruise. But before we go,
Oh gosh.
Here we go.
Did you
are
just pick it up?
you
I hope so.
listening? What was the word? I said, to be fair, I didn't say it that many times. What was the word, Tommy?
People pleasing.
No,
I'm right.
you're wrong.
I'm right.
Do you know what? It's
What
funny you
was the
say that
word?
because I feel like the word was right. I feel like she said it quite a few times.
No, the word was incredible. That
Oh,
was an
no.
incredible conversation.
Every week.
Enjoy cruise.
I think I
And
need
we'll
to
see
do
you next week.
count